Yo, what is up, guys? This is ARCMOON, and wow, it has been a while since my last upload. But of course, I had to come back with another video after making you all wait for so long. And also, yeah, we hit 100 subs, and then surpassed it with 125 as of this recording. So, for this special subscriber milestone, I wanted to record an appreciation video for the best written anime I've ever seen. And also my second favorite, the Monogatari series. In the future, I want to go over pretty much all of the cast and use the help of good old philosophy and psychology to explain and contextualize the characters and the plot. I'll also probably make a video in the order I recommend people to watch it in, mainly so I can see blood in the comments, but it should still be a good time. But yeah, this video is going to be more general rather than super analytical, but it should be comparably as enjoyable nonetheless. Let's begin. So, if you're the kind of anime fan that likes high art, the kind of fan that likes reflecting after each episode and ruminating for hours until you can unravel the meaning behind a singular sentence, the kind of fan that likes fiction so deep that the only other things rivaling it is religion, or you just really like doujins. Anyways, if this description sounds like your match and you're too lazy to read light novels, then keep listening. Without spoiling anything, the main premise of Monogatari is when a person is afflicted by trauma, is overcome by strong emotions, even subconscious ones, or lies to themselves or others, or suffers from any sort of psychological complex, then an apparition is born. Yes, you heard me. Ghosts are born from your trauma. Okay, pretty simple so far, right? So how does one exorcise these apparitions, you might ask? Easy. All one has to do is delve deep within, explore the source of their psychological affliction, gain awareness of the self, and grow as a person to overcome this. Of course, throughout the series, we might see a character think that they've solved their issues and gotten rid of the ghost, but if there's more to be done, then the apparition is sure to still be lurking. So basically, we get a whole cast of brilliant characters, some of which go through massive character arcs throughout the series, each with different problems and starting points, and change their perspective over time, and others that have already gone through such developments, and during the series are more just representations of certain ideologies and their consequences. The series tackles some of the most interesting and fundamental questions possible of posing. Some of these questions include, what does it mean to be authentic? Is heroism naive? Can anyone actually be saved? How much does perspective warp reality? And can belief precede existence? There are so many more questions I can mention, but that was just a fun sample. And yes, we do get the author's well thought out responses to all of these. Okay, so I talked about the premise and the series' philosophical value, but what is the presentation like? As far as animation, Studio Shaft and the ingenious directors worked together to create an almost hauntingly beautiful avant-garde piece of visual media that clearly takes inspiration from noir films and other art forms. Even from the first animated section of the story, Bakemonogatari, the animation is crisp and clean, with beautiful sets and striking character poses. There is also a shocking lack of shot continuity, where each shot does not necessarily follow from the previous one. Each installment of the series has its own visual quirks, since it wasn't one singular director working on all of them. Bakemonogatari, for example, uses a lot of real-life footage in jarring yet still beautiful cuts. Kizumonogatari uses 3D CGI as backgrounds for the 2D drawn characters to an almost absurd extent, creating a hypnotic experience when seeing the contrast. Some scenes within the series have color themes. In Kizumonogatari, there's a lot of red and white. In Nisei Monogatari, red and black are used in some scenes. The world is meant to represent a character's perspective, whether it be grim, jolly, colorful, full, sparse, or gray. So for example, in one of Shinobu's arcs, the story is told like a legend, so the visual is a continuous shot with art that looks like it's printed on an unraveling scroll without any cuts. Another example is how when most characters narrate, people in the background they don't interact with or care about might be non-existent, or at least without a face. So the visuals are all about character perspective and viewer perspective. Additionally, there is often important, topical, yet interpretive text that flashes on the screen or lies hidden in the backgrounds. This just makes you want to pause every so often to digest the full experience and read everything. The music also complements the visuals. With a mix of mysterious jazz, dramatic classical, and exciting disco pop, the world is brought to life with sound. The voice acting is also phenomenal. The characters' personalities are effectively communicated through the expressive voices of the talented seiyuu. This is of course also due to Nisio Isen's astounding dialogue. Talking about dialogue, many of the characters have interesting catchphrases that encompass their very beings, have different and noticeable speech idiosyncrasies, and each use wordplay differently. And there is so much wordplay. The author effectively combines words, uses double meanings through homophones and different kanji, and adds an entirely new level of subtext to all of the things being said. One must pay attention to all of the dialogue to understand the characters and their thoughts or to pick up on the foreshadowing and subtlety. Of course, for non-Japanese speakers, a bit of the context and literary genius is lost, but much of it is still translated well, so it's nothing to worry about too much. So, even after this, if you're still wondering why should I watch Monogatari, here is my answer. This series can help you nurture your personal development with the guidance of characters struggling in ways you might be. You can challenge yourself to analyzing and understanding a complex philosophical literary work, and your worldview can evolve into something more rigorously well thought out. Or as you can see the toothbrush scene.
さあ、その身をもって偉大なるカンバル先生の恐怖を味わうがいい。カンバル先生のフェチ的アイデアで敗北するのだ。お前も本望だろう。
Anyways guys, if you like this video and want to see more videos on Monogatari or other anime, like and subscribe, comment what you want me to talk about next. This is really just an ad for the future Monogatari videos that I'm planning to make. This has been ARCMOON, signing off.